What's up, people? Welcome to the Gamers at Large midweek show for September 23rd, 2015. It's your host, Jay. I got with me Shadow Fox. How you doing, man?
What's going on? What's going on? Let's get it popping.
All right, and we also got Andre.
Hey, what's up, people?
All right. Today's show, we're just gonna freestyle it like normal, and at the end, we'll give the gift ideas for the Xbox, like we did over the past 2 weeks for Sony and Nintendo. But first thing that I noticed basically a couple hours ago is an article that Phil Spencer that they did with Phil Spencer and GameSpot. I think it was. Was it GameSpot? Yeah, GameSpot. Apparently, Phil's talking about the semi backlash, I guess you could call it, for him not being down with the whole console war, and basically him thinking it's stupid, and for people giving him flack for basically congratulating and complimenting his competition, which I don't see what the problem with that is.
And to me, it just shows that he knows where they've done very well somewhere. Like somebody's done well somewhere. The best way to improve upon yourself is to see what they've done and see how you can implement your own version of it.
Yeah. I mean, because I just look at the job he's doing now. I'm like, dude, he's actually not doing a bad job. And on top of that, I think everybody can pretty much agree to an extent that this has been probably the dumbest console. Like back in the 90s, 80s and 90s when it was Sega and Nintendo, it was a rivalry. It wasn't really a war. It was more of a rivalry. And that was good for gamers, period, because you got to get the best games that you could possibly get at that time. This is the war, the console war stuff is just pretty much media hype and overblown BS in my opinion. Shadow, what you think?
Well, with he's basically being transparent almost as a benefit to him. Um, but reading up on this article, it comes from a big interview he did on just about everything that GameSpot did, including talking about the future VR and everything else. But he just basically was forthcoming about everything. He talked about the mistakes they made with Halo 4. He talked about why he hates it that people like try to clown him whenever he makes public appearances, and he talks about Sony or Nintendo, um, because he actually talks about them in a positive way, like and he wants basically he's in the Steve Jobs realm of epiphanies. Steve Jobs said Microsoft doesn't have to lose for us to win, and it's the same way for them. Like Nintendo and Sony don't have to lose for Xbox as a brand to win or be successful, and he knows what makes them successful, and he's looked at what has been happening over the past 2 years, and that isn't what makes Xbox successful. Xbox isn't successful off of other people's games, and basically, paying for that game to be there the same day as somebody else, or paying for an entire game's advertising that you don't even make. That's not what they get into. They get into their own custom experience that they went into going all the way back to the OG Xbox. They made a lot of things that a lot of people laughed at the time, but you had to be really bold to come out and step into a game that Sony just dominated in, and Nintendo was still a major player in, and Sega were on their way out the door. You had to be really bold to step out there and say we are confident with everything that we have right now to bring it forth to the table. And say what you will about the original Duke controller that the OG Xbox had. It's still more durable and more playable than say something like the Ouya. That comes out of
Yeah.
so they clearly had a focus, and there was something that the original Xbox team had envisioned that they wanted out of gaming hardware or a gaming experience. Granted, say what you will about execs wanting it to be the revolving door into the living room, the Trojan horse, if you will, but Microsoft ended up getting franchises and custom experiences that you can't get anywhere else. Say you could talk about it however you want. Dance Central is a Connect property that is exclusive to the Xbox brand. And no other dance game really got it like that. It's a completely different experience than playing Just Dance or something like that, or even like something like Dance Dance Revolution. It's a completely different experience. I could see how somebody playing DDR can be really good at that game, but you move and you interact with the game much differently than you do with anything else. Halo is not GoldenEye in any way, shape, or form. It has a completely different feel, and even though over the years it kind of adopted modern standards of other shooters, it still has its own feel when you're playing the game. And they have to recognize, and I hope that's what he's doing, is that he's realizing what they have right now. They're sitting on a gold mine with Rareware. They've been doing nothing for the better part of 10 years or so, and they spent millions of dollars on these people, billions. So,
That's scary.
yeah, it's scary, but so they spend billions of dollars on this one company to acquire this company just so Nintendo wouldn't have them anymore. And all they ended up doing was paying for advertising and having other third-party games come to their platform instead. That's a waste of resources. So the better part of what he's been saying over all these interviews with GameSpot, Kotaku, and everybody else he's been talking to from E3 up until now is that first party is what they should be focusing on. Like, Nintendo had it right all this time. So, if you get the first party right and you get a core group of gamers that come and flock and you have massive success, you're gonna get profit from the individual games you make in-house, because it's cheaper for you to make games and publish games in-house than it is for a third party to make them. So you're making profit anyway. And the third party is going to look and say, hey, we see how your game is driving user base. We're going to go ahead and publish on your platform anyway, and we'll pay for it instead of paying them to. So it's just kind of, I think he's finally seeing the light, or maybe he always did, and it just took him to step up before those kind of words were said publicly. And I think either way, whether it's for making the brand turn around in the eyes of the public, or it's really just him being genuine, I think it's a good move either way.
Okay, so you think we finally gonna get that Jet Force Gemini 2?
I was just about to say that. I mean the legitimate one, not that fan-made one that's on the internet.
Oh man.
Not saying it's bad, but because I haven't played it, but yeah, I want a legitimate one.
Look, I'm just looking forward for the Halo Jet Force Gemini 2 crossover.
No, see, don't even jump to that. Don't even jump to that.
All right,
Because that happened, we're going to
real
have
Perfect Dark, not that Perfect Dark Zero bullshit.
Perfect Dark Zero, and not that Perfect Dark Core, or whatever the hell they were trying to make, where Joanna Dark became a smoker. I was like, wow, that's... Let's go back to the roots of Perfect Dark and rebuild from there.
What kind of stood out to me was when they asked him about the brand. I'll go ahead and quote the question. He said, GameSpot said, "Your time at the head of Xbox, I think, has been characterized by your focus on gaming. You really wanted to pull all that focus back to what the console is about, which is games. Do you think you've successfully put that message out now? Are you comfortable where the console is now in terms of just wider perception of gamers out there?" And he answers, "I am comfortable. Am I comfortable where we are? No. The teams hear that from me all the time because there's so much we can do, and the team's so incredibly capable that there's so much energy when we sit down." So basically he's saying, look, they've got the potential, and he thinks that they've been wasting it all this time. So
I agree, Phil.
Yeah, he's like, I'm not comfortable where we are right now. No, we want more. So
yeah, I mean, dude, you like you said, Shadow, they were sitting on a gold mine for over 10 years.
Yeah.
And didn't do nothing with it.
I was so pissed.
To the point where the majority of the team left.
Yeah.
The majority
went to other places to make games.
Left.
In some ways it was possibly maybe a fair trade when you decide to get some lead artists from the Metroid Prime series. you get some fair trades here and there, but
But they still wasn't doing nothing.
yeah. It's it blows my mind how they sat on Rare. That was just really
Rare has a collection, a staple of games.
yeah, a wide staple of games.
They just literally sat on it.
Multiple genres. And so maybe Microsoft doesn't have a host of cuddly characters to throw into, say, a racing game. Obviously, Banjo nuts and bolts racing wouldn't really work because you can't have Conker, you can't have Diddy, you can't have Donkey Kong, you can't have Mario, you can't.
Well, they got Conker, but they can't do.
Yeah, they do have.
They got Conker. They can't do
Yeah,
Diddy and all them.
Rare self-published him, and I think Nintendo gave up the copyright a while back. So yeah, so they own all the Killer Instinct characters now. I think for a very long time, Fulgore was still copyright with the Treehouse or some dumb crap like that. It was just bits and pieces of games and pieces of trademarks and stuff like that were littered all over the ether. So it's just kind of weird that they finally got everything together. And now they went all the way back to go talk to Trade West and get Battletoads like that. That's a lot of work that I guess he had to realize, hey, why are we doing this? And you guys make this stuff and it's cool. And you made this stuff back then. Why don't we do it again? We have these franchises out there that we can grab. So I guess they went and did the lab work and paid for the licenses for all this stuff. So, I mean, I would pay for another Battletoads Double Dragon, and I'm pretty sure they can.
Yes.
I'm pretty sure they can make it happen. With the success of stuff like Castle Crashers and stuff like that, beat 'em ups, I mean, they can happen. Xbox Live Arcade or bust.
Well, that's another thing. Like the beat 'em up, the beat 'em up genre, that's like a genre you can easily put to digital.
Yeah.
Because most of those games was what 10, 12 hours at the most.
And you can iterate on it quickly and cheaply.
Yeah.
Yep.
And you don't have to do realistic graphics. All you got to do is something. You can be creative with it. You can actually get creative with it. You don't have to break the bank.
Here's one thing though. How about a Battletoads game where we do actually get to play with Zitz?
Yeah.
Rather than him jumping in gung ho, getting smacked over the head and drunk off.
well, you get to play with Zitz and
Battletoads Double Dragon. I'm just talking straight Battletoads.
I think Battletoads Battle Maniacs you get to play.
Nope.
I thought Pimple gets captured in that one, doesn't he?
No, Pimple is the big dude.
Yeah, but he gets captured.
Rash, no, he don't.
It's always
Zitz the one with the sunglasses. No. Zitz doesn't wear the sunglasses. Rash wears the sunglasses.
Yeah.
Zitz is the middle ground between them. So I'm like, why is he always the one getting caught?
I thought they switched places. I thought in one game Pimple got captured.
Nope, it's definitely Zitz because Pimple is the tannish
one. Yeah,
he's the tannish one. It's definitely Zitz.
I'm gonna have to go dial back and look at all those games.
I'm like, come on, dude. Like, you're supposed to be the leader. You don't need to be getting captured all the time.
And why does the villain have to look like such a succubus?
That was wrong, dude.
And then she stuck her tongue out, which was
yeah.
I knew that was coming too, and there was no way to derail that one.
I mean, dude, it is what it is, man.
Can't help it.
Yep. I mean, you saw what they did to Conker.
Yeah, that was a hint of Conker's Bad Fur Day.
If we get a Conker's Bad Fur Day too, let him find a way to bring his girlfriend back. I don't want that little squirrel to be all lonely.
Yeah, you know what Conker's Bad Fur Day reminds me of? It reminds me of the Looney Tunes show.
Yeah, that's basically what it was, just for adults.
You take a cute and cuddly character and you give them a modern day real life sitcom production, basically. You're just like, hey, well, here's Conker the squirrel, and here's the fox that was supposed to be in Dinosaur Planet, and they're just sitting down drinking or whatever, and one of them sees Crystal and they start hitting on Crystal. Something, just something like that. That kind of stuff is there, and they can take that material and go pretty far with it.
Yeah, Conker 64 started off at the bar.
Yeah, it doesn't even have to be like, it could be it could be an adventure game. It could be a click adventure game like the Sam and Max stuff. If you want, it could be anything like that.
Yeah.
It doesn't that type of material can take on many different genres, really. I mean, you can make a fighting game and make it real silly. You can make an RPG if you want. You can make a pinball game of all things if you want. You could really take a property and just be really, as long as you're really self-aware about it, it could probably be pretty good.
Hey, here's an odd suggestion for the Battletoads team. Maybe not so odd. Platinum.
Yes. Yes.
Can you imagine Platinum?
Let Platinum get their hands on the Battletoads with all their abilities to transform their body parts to use as weapons.
Man,
we already saw Bayonetta.
Yeah, they already doing it with Bayonetta. Technically, that's what they're doing. So
that's why it's just like if they really wanted to like give them a large, over the top game, Platinum.
Yeah, it seems like Platinum is the go-to guys for that.
I mean, if they want like a basic beat 'em up, there's plenty of like small studios they can hit up for that. But if they want like an over the top, huge scale, Alien Wars type of thing, Platinum.
Yeah, that pretty much that pretty much says it. Pretty much says it. Oh, and while we're on that, I just I can't believe I forgot this, but happy birthday, Nintendo!
Outstanding. Woo-hoo-hoo.
What was it, 126 years?
126 years.
Good gosh.
The oldest gaming company in the history of the industry. And
that didn't even start out as a game company.
And they're still here.
According to Michael Pachter, they'll be closing their doors by tomorrow.
So, hold on, would they wait a minute, they would still be considered a gaming company if because playing cards, that's gaming.
Yeah,
well, technically, I guess you're right.
Yeah, that's Buddha cards.
Yeah, it's like Parker Brothers.
But they kind of jumped off the boat for a little while with them love motels. So.
Hey, man.
They still own some of those?
Yes, they do.
I think they do.
They do.
Let's not go into the other paraphernalia that they own.
Hey, man, sometimes people be on honeymoons, man. They take a trip to Japan. Yeah.
and they're weird over there anyway. Like some of those love hotels are specifically for pets. Like they have one that you just go in there and pet a cat. Like what?
Yeah.
You pay money for this?
That is a little weird because I'd rather just have a cat at home.
Yeah.
When I found out about that whole like the pet one, I'm like, okay, that's weird.
Yeah, that's Japan finds enterprise anywhere, I guess. So good job hustling.
Yeah, every day I'm hustling. So,
hustling some strange crap. That's what that is.
Whatever gets some money, right?
Yep.
I mean,
yeah. Go ahead.
Look, Nintendo as bad as this is gonna sound, Nintendo gonna come out with an Inkling Love Hotel.
Oh. Well, you know what? They can, because there's so many cosplay videos and pictures out there already, and I'm like, who are these women?
Yeah.
Oh man.
I saw a couple of them.
Man, look, the second Splatoon got announced, there was like artwork. Like not even 10 minutes after Splatoon was announced, there was a full spread of artwork.
Man, you got people
from fans.
People designing outfits and stuff like straight.
What? Hey, where did this come from? The game got announced like 2 minutes ago.
And they already know everything about it. Stay fresh.
Like, that's some fast people.
A lot, man. They're waiting. They were waiting.
I don't know. Maybe it's some people that was just at E3 and they saw it early and they was like, oh, I got to draw this. And that's how we ended up with all that stuff so quickly.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I can see that, because like a lot of times like people be going to like different conferences and stuff. Like I know a couple of buddies of mine that used to work at GameStop. They were managers, and they would go to that little GameStop managers conference or whatever, and they get like previews of games early and stuff. So it wouldn't surprise me. It really would not surprise me. Let's see.
All right, now let's jump off the Nintendo bandwagon back onto the Microsoft one.
Actually, I was gonna ask y'all something a little weird because the fall season of TV shows started like this week, right? And I was sitting there thinking, like back in the day, we got like video games for everything. Like we had video games on like off like Goof Troop and Darkwing Duck and stuff like that.
And
Yep.
those were actually good games.
And yeah,
Yep.
And
actually, I
Tailspin and
want
all
another
that.
Darkwing Duck game actually, but
Chip and Dale Rescue Rangers.
Yeah, they had 2 games on the NES.
yeah.
Yep.
So I was thinking like, what like TV show could actually have a game that would actually work? And I ain't talking about that CSI crap because that game was boring.
Sonic
Nah.
Boom.
That got a game already, and we
Yeah,
saw
that got
how
a game
was.
already.
I really think they'll, if they made another one, they're going to make another one.
If
because-
they took their time with it, it
That
would be a
different.
good game.
yeah,
I think the biggest problem was that they were doing so much configuration work with the engine. That was probably their biggest problem.
No, they had to get it out in time for the
for the show. They
show.
rushed it.
That's what the problem was.
Yeah,
Again, but they had to do all that configuration with the
Last
engine
minute.
first,
yeah.
and that kind of screwed the pooch. So,
Yep. They're like, we have this lovely engine. Okay, now build a
But,
game. We forgot
but
about
if I was going to take any current shows
Yeah.
to make a game off of, Agents of Shield.
All right, hold on. What kind of game? Are we talking action adventure, beat 'em up, what?
Wouldn't be beat 'em up. It'd be more like a stealth action game.
Okay, all right, I can see that. Metal Gear Solid meets.
Meets Marvel. Another one I would love to see a game based off of Arrow, in the way it's set up.
Dude, I already got a game series called Arkham. The
No.
Arkham series that is Arrow.
Yeah, it is, but it's not the same exact thing. It's close enough though.
Batman put in damn Stephen Amell, you got it.
I'm trying to figure out why we haven't already mentioned the TV show that is a video game, Game of Thrones.
Game of Thrones is getting that Telltale's game thing.
Yeah, those are the
But it would work well as a video game in the same style as Fire Emblem.
I think the same thing about Walking Dead, and like as in like Resident Evil 4 style.
Yeah,
See,
it would work.
Walking Dead be like, well, nah, you know what? Because you would want like melee weapons too. Cause,
Yes. And so it was sort of
stuff up.
it would sort of be Zombie U and Resident Evil meshed.
Yeah, because you're gonna have to run.
Yeah, you ain't got no choice.
Yeah.
You're gonna have to run, and supplies are limited.
That is true.
Yeah, that'd be the business, and maybe you could start the game off being a dude that has to shoot his wife in the face.
But if it was me, if I was developing this game, I'd take that concept, but also set it up so that you could have different people in different locations around the world, and like different places on the map are represented by different like geological features of the Earth.
Oh, like the expendable soldiers in Call of Duty.
Yeah. But in this situation, you are playing as a generic character that you basically put together, and if your character dies, you become a zombie, or a walker in this case. And you have to play as a walker until somebody kills you as a walker.
That zombie you.
Okay.
But
New
you actually
zombie.
get to play as the walker. Not that your character is just a walker. You get to play as the walker.
So is zombie you mixed with Halo?
Yeah.
New zombie. And you keep playing, and you just keep playing until everybody dies.
Play your game anew as a walker.
Yeah, because it's like Left 4 Dead is different because it's more like it's literally like it's like a shooter though. Because like even when you're a zombie, it's like it's not you having the advantage of numbers or having. It's still like you have to use strategy and hide and all this other kind of crap. I'm like, no, you're a zombie. You got to click of zombies with you. Go chase this fool. The thing that makes it hard is there's only one of them and you got to go find them. So, that's what it should be like kind of like how Halo zombie mode is. Give me an energy sword, make me slightly invisible, and that's the only thing I can do is melee. New zombie. So,
Okay, that makes sense.
yeah, that can be done a number of different ways. I still like the RE4 style. That kind of gives you an advantage too, because the only way you're threatened is if the character you're chasing has to turn around and stop. So you have some type of strategy then, because and it makes it kind of, how can I say this? It makes it where you're still tested. You're still tested on your wits, because the only way you can hit him is with melee. The only way he can hit you from a distance is if he stops. So his back has to be turned to something. So
Interesting.
Just I don't know. I figure I can be Andre sometimes to come up with some ideas.
That's actually not bad, because like I don't know what made me think about it. I guess I was going through I was going through some old stuff, and I found my old my Darkwing Duck DVDs. And I'm like, man, I missed that game.
Yeah, Darkwing Duck was cool. I did like that. I was trying to think. Well, there was some other stuff too. Was like
Batman whole while.
it was Captain Bucky O'Hare had a video game. What was the other stuff? Like Cool Spot, Yo Noid, like just weird pop culture stuff. It's just like, hey, give it a video game, go.
Yeah, and some of them were bad, but like the main ones were good. Like Darkwing Duck, Tailspin. Rescue Rangers was off the chain.
Yeah.
DuckTales was off the chain. There were some the really good ones were like the main ones, but like pretty much everything got a video game.
Yeah, I like the other than Bart's Nightmare, I like the Simpsons arcade game. That was really good. That was Konami though. They're used to the beat 'em up. So, but Ninja Turtles and Simpsons was good.
Well, we know we're not getting a Konami game.
Yeah, that's not happening. Apparently, that wasn't. It said something about it that they denied that or something later. I don't know.
What was said was they didn't exactly say they would never do it, but for the time being, they're going to focus on their mobile projects.
In other words, expect the entire Metal Gear Solid team to be shopping for jobs pretty soon.
Oh, dude, when they fired your boy Kojima, they knew it was on.
Yeah, it probably took the whole team. Yeah, and they probably all walking, looking for a publisher somewhere, and he's like, "Follow me on GoFundMe."
Yeah.
Oh man.
Yeah, but since it's on my mind now, before I forget, I know the last couple of weeks on the Midweek Show we have been given like gift ideas. This week's turn is for Microsoft, so I want to go and get that out of the way before I forget about it again. Like I said before, good gift idea always is the little game cards. Like $15, $20, $30. I forget how Microsoft does theirs. Ain't it like 15, 25, and 50? I think.
I don't know what the nominations are for those, but they're perfect for teenagers. Definitely perfect for teenagers.
Yeah. So if you don't know what to get, you can never go wrong with going into GameStop or Best Buy or Walmart and just going to the cards and picking up one of them. You can never go wrong with that. Trust me. No gamer will ever get mad at you for getting them a card, because there's something online on their respective Xbox Live that they want. Trust me. There's always something. As far as retail goes, there are a couple of games that I know that I have enjoyed profusely that didn't kind of catch on, and one of them was Sunset Overdrive. I do not understand why this game did not catch on, but it is fun as I don't know what.
Play that game. It has a bundle. It looks cool.
It looks cool. It's a different take on the whole Outbreak genre, I guess you could say.
Yeah.
But it's hilarious. But I have to say it is kind of, they do have like some vulgar language in it, so it's not exactly for the little ones. But if you got teens, come on, just go and grab them that. It ain't gonna hurt nothing. They didn't seen worse. If they watch Walking Dead, they didn't seen worse.
Hell, they've seen Real Housewives. If anything, they've already.
Yeah, they've already seen worse. Another good one is Rare Replay. Now that one is a budget title for you because that's 30 games for $30.
I don't even need to play. I haven't played that, and I haven't bought it yet. I don't need to even have any experience with that to recommend it. Just look at the list.
Yeah,
that's enough to let you know.
And plus, if like I said, if it's one of them situations where you're like, okay, we got it's games that we got to get, it's 30 of them.
Yeah,
trust me, they're gonna like something in that pile, and I own it. And there's like 10 games that I pretty much enjoy and would recommend over and over again. I haven't got through the whole list yet, but yeah, there's some good ones on there. So Rare Replay is a definite for the for the Xbox gamer. Another one is since they finally fixed everything on it is Halo Master Chief Collection.
Yep.
It's a very, plus you get a lot of little stuff too with it. You get like the making of Halo thing, the featurettes, and also the Halo Nightfall series. The 5-episode Nightfall series comes with it once you get it installed and everything. So plus you get 4 games. Now I don't know if that went down in price yet.
I don't think it has.
Yeah. So that one is still what, 60? So it'll probably more than likely it'll be on sale around Cyber Monday or Black Friday. So
yeah, probably for like $40 or something.
Yeah. So and that's Halo 1, 2, 3, and 4.
And that's awesome, man. Because the major benefit for people that are just big Bungie heads is that you get Halo Waypoint achievements. So you go in there. There's even more for you on there. So you get those, and what is it, like 3,000 something achievement points? I think in that.
Yeah, and plus a fully remastered Halo 2.
Yeah, that's new zombie all over again. So you can play you can play online in Super HD or whatever. And I if you've ever liked Halo and you don't have all those games, so unless you have an Xbox One, a 360, and an Xbox One sitting in front of you, and you're playing all of them side by side, and you just like switching platforms like that, it's probably, I would recommend that one too. I personally haven't gotten it yet because I own all of those games still, but there's still there's reason to go back. Like playing, you can't play Halo 2 online anymore unless you do it there. You can't play Halo 1 online at all unless you're still using like Warp Pipe, but I think that's broken. I think that's not there anymore. Some tunneling software basically is the only way you could play that online, except for the Anniversary Edition is still online, isn't it? Did they take those servers down?
Anniversary Edition is still online, but like the Halo 2 and Halo 1 servers, for some reason, from what I've been told, if you have the original system, it's not working with them. You have to, it only works via the Xbox One's live. So I don't know if they just migrated the old stuff to the new one. I don't know how they did that, but
yeah, they made Halo 2 an exception for a very long time on Xbox Live on the 360.
Yeah,
and like they celebrated the very last day of Halo 2 a couple of years ago or whatever. Like it was like a 9-hour long YouTube stream that this guy was playing. He basically played until they turned the servers off, because if you kept the game on, the server would still keep the match running, and other people were already kicked off because they ended their match or whatever. So this dude left a match going with some other people in there, and they just never stopped running around in the game until eventually one of them fell asleep or something, or got killed by the Guardians, and then then the server was off officially.
Yep,
so that was, some people were really dedicated. So.
Yeah. I'm not one of them. So,
so definitely Halo. You can't go wrong with that on that platform. So
now, if you already have the Master Chief Collection, Halo 5 is dropping on October 27th.
Yes.
So I will be getting that. I know I'm getting that game. Fire Team Osiris for the win. Luke Cage. You can't go wrong with Luke Cage and Mal Reynolds from Firefly. So that's where my money is. That's gonna be a good one. And you also have your a couple of third-party games that I know that are popular, but me personally, I don't really play them anymore because I kind of got burnt out on them. And that's Assassin's Creed is gonna be dropping in November, and so is Call of Duty 3, Black Ops 3.
Yeah. Also for those of you who missed out on this, probably last generation, uh, Tomb Raider, the definitive edition, well, I would say not so definitive edition compared to PC, but there's there's an exclusive version, well, exclusive Xbox One and PlayStation 4 version of that game. So you can play it on your Xbox One. I think it's still free now on Xbox Live. So if you're a gold member, you can download that, hide it as a gift, and let them unlock it on their console on Christmas Day or whatever if you want. Or you can download it now and play it now. I don't know how much the disc version costs right about now, but I would imagine it's reduced too. So if for whatever reason you wanna cop that disc so you can get your collect on, you can catch that on Amazon or insert retailer here for much less than $60, I would imagine.
Yeah.
Other than that, I can't pimp Killer Instinct any more than I pimp Killer Instinct. So
just get Killer Instinct.
Yeah, I'm not even gonna comment on that anymore.
Yeah, because y'all know season 3 coming, so just go and get Killer Instinct.
Yep.
Kimmel. Did they say if because we know a lot of games have gotten pushed back? Did that new Tomb Raider get pushed back too? I don't know.
I think all the other games got pushed back because of Tomb Raider. I think that has a dedicated release date. Like it is literally going against Call of Duty.
Okay, so that's another one. If you didn't get me, I've been out of the Tomb Raider gaming for a while. I might pick up this new one. But if you don't want to get the definitive edition, they do have a brand new one coming out in November. So if that's the case, I didn't want to say that because I thought they got pushed back because a lot of games that were coming out this fall have been pushed back across the board. So
yeah, there was a lot of games
trying to keep track of all of this.
Yeah, but Rise of the Tomb Raider should be coming in, if not in October, definitely in November. I think it's the exact same week as Call of Duty. Microsoft's official stance is holiday 2015 still. But I think it has been listed for the same week as Call of Duty.
It is. It's November 10th.
Yeah.
So yeah, I just saw that it's November 10th, people. So if you are a big Tomb Raider fan, that's one that you could probably look forward to and get that wrapped up and hid under the tree or something.
Yeah, that's more than likely that's going to be a good game. They spend all this money and time to make sure it's on one platform so they can make sure they get the game right. So this is their transition from old school Lara Croft to Lara Croft mixed with Batman /
Jason Bourne
/ Jason Bourne / I kill many people, but somehow I'm a feeble woman.
Yeah. / Xena Warrior Princess /
Yeah, there's a lot of that going on. A lot of torture porn. So
yeah. I saw the trailers for the first one, so yeah. For that whole definitive edition, I'm like, what the heck am I watching?
Yeah, it can get kind of grimy, but yeah, I would definitely recommend that for any Xbox One gamer. Now I have a pick that people should probably pick up.
Okay.
And that is a combination of two things, and I can give a link after this video is over, but it doesn't matter who makes it, but you want an external 2.5-inch hard drive bay, USB 2 or USB 3, it doesn't matter because the SATA bus is only going to go so fast. So you can get one of those bays. You can get them anywhere online, anywhere between $30 to about $60, depending on what kind of extra ports you want to have on there if you want to use it for more than just your Xbox One. But you can plug this to your existing USB ports on your Xbox One to expand the capacity, because that should be a growing concern for anybody that has more than 5 Xbox One games. And
that is very true.
And it is going to be, going towards the holiday season where people are getting a crap load of games, and the 500 gig hard drive has already reached its capacity, or 320, because the OS is going to take up so much and the apps that built in take up so much. So you want to increase your capacity. You can get 1 terabyte hard drives, which is the second part of this. You can get a 1 terabyte hard drive for as low as $45 in some places. So you check your local Fry's, Micro Center, Best Buy, whatever deals they have for those. You can slide that 2.5-inch notebook hard drive into that 2.5-inch tray, and go ahead and plug it to the USB cable on the back of your Xbox One. It will format it, wipe everything off of it, and then you'll be able to use that. So keep in mind that all you can use it for is an Xbox One. Yeah. Now there are some weird heads out there that know how to manipulate the NTFS file format and exFAT and make them read different registers from the Xbox One's file system. Do that at your own risk. I've seen people do it, and I've seen things get screwed up. But just know that if you play around with that kind of stuff, you're at risk for compromising your data, and you'll lose saves and all that other kind of good stuff.
Because I was going to say, I thought it reformatted it automatically.
Yeah, it does once you plug it up, or you can do so in the settings. But just know that when you try to take that drive out and plug it into a PC, it'll say, hey, you need to format this before you do anything. But I know some people that they know how to bypass that little window that pops up in Windows 10, Windows 8, or whatever, and they still try to go and directly read the Xbox One file system and try to add stuff and take stuff away, and that's probably not a good idea. You'll see some people playing around and doing that stuff on YouTube, and they've been doing it since the 360 days, but I wouldn't do that if I were you.
Well, you heard it here, people. Don't do it. Because I know me personally, I gotta get a hard drive myself. If you are like going to be purchasing a Xbox One, I suggest you get a terabyte.
Yes.
I just suggest it. Do not get the 500 gig, because you will only be able to get probably about 5 to 6 games depending.
Yes. As a 500 gig owner, I was playing nothing but Killer Instinct for a good 5-6 months, and as soon as I had 3 games and I started downloading some games online, I was pretty close to about 75% of my hard drive space that quickly, because all you need is a whopper like Destiny or NBA 2K.
You're done.
And that's it. They're like, hey, 60 to 90 gigs, let's go. So, just beware. You can have the good thing about this is you can buy a bunch of these. I would say buy 3 of these if you're a multi-console owner, because all 3 of these platforms take external hard drives with ease. So you can take these same external trays and these same notebook hard drives, and you can dedicate one to the Wii U, you can dedicate one to the PS4, and you can dedicate one to the Xbox One, just like that. As of this broadcasting, I know that you can connect 2 drives to the PS4 and 2 to the Wii U. You just can't download stuff directly to them, but you can manage data back and forth. You can move stuff from one drive to another. So you just be aware of that, and that you can manage data that way. And even though the console manufacturers would tell you that you can't use 2 at a time, you can, just not for downloading games directly to them or playing games from them.
Yeah, you have to I forgot, you have to designate which one, and then when it fills up, you have to designate the other one. So
yeah, like Wii U will automatically pick whichever drive has the most capacity. It'll start downloading from the eShop to that drive if you have 2 connected or whatever, and it'll always pick that over your 32 gigs unless you go in the settings and make that the default, and then start moving stuff over. Now the PS4, I'm not really certain about that. I haven't come close to maxing everything out on that, but on the Xbox One, it'll do that too. So just be aware and manage your data and move stuff around.
All right. So peeps, that's gonna be our show for tonight. Glad you guys stuck around. Let me see, do we got any questions? I don't think we do. We do.
Alrighty.
Let's see. Anderson Archilla. Let's see what we got here. Could Megas XLR use a game or a resurrection? Both. Both. It could use both. I mean, let's be real. One quick second, if I can go into my Toonami rant.
Uh-oh.
Cartoon Network needs to bring back my cartoons. I'm
Yeah,
talking
they
about the
do.
good stuff. I ain't talking about this stuff that I got on there now. Well, with the exception of Adventure Time, I love Adventure Time, but I need my Dexter's Lab, my Johnny Bravo. I need that. But yeah, to answer your question, yeah, Megas XLR game and a Resurrection of the Show. Yeah, your thoughts, Shadow?
No, it's super anime. Go. It should be a game. That's the way I feel about everything on the lineup from Cowboy Bebop all the way down. Like everything should have a game and as much violence as possible. Please add. That's the way I feel about it.
Pretty much. Let's see. He has another one here. As Xbox. Oh no, this is from King Grimpachi. He asks, "Is as an Xbox and Wii U owners, what system, if you never had either, would you recommend for someone to pick up?" That depends on the person, on the type of gamer they are, in my opinion.
Yeah.
If they are more of a gamer that likes to be like online all the time, if they have like a big or they're big into third parties or shooters or something like that, I would say go Xbox One. If they're big into like couch co-op games or stuff like that, I'd say go Wii U.
Yeah. The only exception for couch co-op is probably Halo, but I think they were talking about that too. Like they might be taking that away for Halo 5. I would hope not, but
I hope not. But they won't give a definitive answer. Bonnie Ross won't give a definitive answer.
Yeah,
she won't. So that's what I would say, King. I would say it depends on the type of gamer they are. If they're like more onto the online stuff, not couch co-op. If they're more into stuff like that, then yeah, go. Xbox One.
If you come to me and you want to know which system that you want to have, and you're only buying one, but you've already bought like 7 amiibo, like I'm really not even going to answer that question.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You already know what you want.
Yeah. If you come to me, same said question, and you're a huge follower of like Halo and you like certain types of shooters and stuff like that, and you just really like everything that the core of Microsoft contends with, then I'm going to steer you in that direction. There are certain games and certain types of games that Microsoft is well known for, or that they're actually making a name for now. Stuff like Sunset Overdrive and even stuff in the past, like the game that Remedy did. I can't think of the name of it right now, but the dude with the flashlight, Alan Wake. Like that. Just different stuff like that I think is a little bit different than, say, all the generic third party stuff out there. And just like Nintendo, they have their own niche of different types of games that they feel that separates them from the pack. So if a person likes those types of games, I'm going to say, hey, you need to go here. You need to get this. And, later on down the line, you could go get something else if you want. But, you would probably have more fun playing Tomb Raider and, Halo and I can't think of the name of it. There's another game where you basically have bullet time, but I haven't heard anything from it since it was revealed.
Quantum Break.
Yeah, Quantum Break. Yeah, that's stuff like that is going to appeal to that individual more. I would definitely say go Xbox One. All day. So if they love Killer Instinct, I don't care if they're a Nintendo fan or not. You get the Xbox One first. you get the Xbox One. You spend the $500 like I did. You get the Xbox One. And
just make sure now you get a terabyte. Don't get that 500 gig.
And you buy the whole season ahead of time, and you get owned online until you get good. That's how it works.
Yeah, pretty much. Let's see. The next question King got is both Sony and Nintendo have games, Mario Maker and Little Big Planet, that allow the user to create. Which would you say allows for more creativity? That's a good question because I do not own Mario Maker yet. I have played Little Big Planet, but I do not own that one either. So, Shadow.
I don't have Mario Maker yet, but what little I've played of Little Big Planet seems a lot less restrictive than Mario Maker. Mario Maker seems like Nintendo has they've cornered how they make games, and they make it to where you're not necessarily limited, but at the same point in time, they make sure that you don't screw up in like making a broken level or something like that, or making something that will basically glitch the game. So whereas in Little Big Planet, you can make whatever you want, whatever type of physics you want, and sometimes that does not that does not bear fruit to good things. But I guess it depends on what you're trying to do, what type of person you are. Like if you're a type of person where you just really want control of everything, I would probably point more to Little Big Planet. But yeah, obviously Mario Maker is the thing that everybody's been waiting for all this time. Everybody wanted to make their own Mario levels since they were drawing levels as a kid in school when you're supposed to be paying attention. So,
and going by my feed, I think a lot of people are enjoying it.
yeah, a lot of people are buying Wii U's from Mario Maker apparently. So we'll see. We'll see what happens with that. But I recommend what I recommend based on the person. So.
All right, let's see. Anderson has a couple of questions here. Let's see. I just saw it. Oh, there it is. Should a new Battletoads game be made in the same vein as Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Out of the Shadows? As long as it's not broken.
Yeah, no broken stuff.
Yeah, I mean, Out of the Shadows was good, but there was a couple of parts of that game that actually pissed me off because it would glitch out, which I thought which just basically hurt my feelings because I was having fun. So yeah, I mean, as long as it's not broken, heck yeah. I mean, I have no problem with digital release games that are like a good value to me. Because there's a couple of them that I pretty much enjoyed. Dust and Elysian Tale on Xbox and on PSN. Child of Light, which is pretty much on everything.
Let's not talk about Child of Light.
Yeah, so there are a couple of games that I like that are digital releases that I pretty much love. So I would not mind that at all. I just don't want it to be broken. Let's see. Another question he has here is: we know Kim Woo is coming back to KI, but do you think they can bring back Tusk something without being awkward? Also, what are some of your guest characters you think we might see in season 3?
No, Tusk is coming back. It's going to be awkward because he's probably going to have an orgy with every other female character in the game. So there you go. And then he'll eventually marry Maya. Well, Maya is going to force him to marry her. So, yeah.
While his theme music is playing.
Yes. It's the only way it works.
Actually, I think Tusk is making it back too. As far as guest characters, we already know one is Rash.
Yeah,
we already know one is Rash. So it just depends on who they want to bring in from their lineup, because apparently they don't have a problem using rares. So we might see a couple more rare people.
Best lineup or additional character ever. You can add Ken Lobb. And he can take off his mustache and use it as a boomerang. Just
the mustache is going to be a weapon. Oh. So yeah, I mean, I can see that. I probably expect to see probably an obscure character, probably from Rare, honestly. Because I doubt we're gonna see what is it, cameo in Killer Instinct. So
that would be cool though.
That would be cool, but yeah, we're probably not gonna see that. But I wouldn't mind seeing Conker.
Yeah, Conker would be different. That would be very different, actually.
Frying pan for the Ultra Combo. Let's see. He also asked another question. Have you ever heard rumors about how Barry was supposed to be revived as a Terminator to hunt down Conker, and that the successor to the great Mighty Pooh was supposed to be an eldritch abomination called Cthulhu? I actually heard about the Terminator one. I didn't hear about the Cthulhu one. I did read it was back when the game first came out about how she was supposed to be like a Terminator.
Yeah, it wasn't the whole goal of the game was that Conker was supposed to kill Barry anyway.
I think so.
Yeah, I think that was the original goal, was for him to just be a ruined individual. So and he kind of tells you and accounts for the tale of how his life went to hell.
While sitting on a throne drinking beer.
Yes. Cthulhu, that's just the worst ever. That's that name is.
Yeah, but the Great Mighty Pooh thing, while hilarious, was kind of disturbing.
Yeah, with the bits of corn and
Yeah,
oh bad.
yeah. So while it was a funny boss fight,
Yeah.
it was very disturbing. Let's
If
see.
you had television.
Yeah. Last question, and then we're gonna get out of here. Comes from Nova Region. Imitation is the most sincerest form of flattery. What genre do you think game companies will try to make into user creation game, not unlike Mario Maker? Crossing my fingers to create your own fighter game. I think it'll probably be something easy, like probably like a fighter or something like that.
Didn't we have that already though? Wasn't it Fighter Maker on like the PlayStation or PlayStation 2?
I thought it was Sega Saturn, honestly.
Sega Saturn? It might have been. I don't know.
But I mean, I wouldn't mind seeing more creator stuff like that. Because there's nothing wrong with games that enhance the creativity. Me personally, I like to see something more along the lines of like a RPG like Dungeon Maker or something like that.
Yeah.
Me personally, I'm more of an action adventure guy anyway.
Yeah. But I did like how you can make your own character. Like you can make Link appear in Soul Calibur 3 because you can create your own players or whatever and throw them in there. So that was kind of cool, I guess.
Even though Link was the bomb on Soul Calibur 2.
Of course.
That's right, Namco Bandai. What the hell wrong with y'all?
And never again did we see somebody jump over somebody's shoulder, throw them while slapping them on the butt with the side of a sword.
Yes.
Never saw that again. But at least have another character do it.
And then not only that, the rest of the combo was pogo stab. So yes, Namco Bandai, you screwed us over. I wanted another Link in damn Soul Calibur. Come on, man, y'all could have put Link and Ganon in there in the next one.
Yeah, I'm fairly sure they could do it now. Nintendo still has a close relationship with them, so they let
them work on Smash Brothers, which with me would mean I rub your back, you rub mine. Put that next Soul Calibur on there and put some Nintendo characters in it.
Yep.
I need Roy. I need Screw Mars, Link, and Ganon.
Yeah. You're missing something.
Who?
The obvious. Well, no.
Samus with a lightsaber?
No, I was saying Shulk.
Oh yeah, Shulk. Yeah, because he ain't gonna be in no other Xenoblade game. So yeah, throw him in there.
Shulk and Lloyd. Why not? Throw Lloyd in there too.
Yeah. You know what? I miss Lloyd. Even though he was in that Soul Calibur Legends, which, let's be honest, wasn't the greatest thing in the world.
Yeah.
But it was alright, I guess, for what it was trying to do.
Yeah, we gotta. I don't know. I just feel some of the RPGs of yore need to be represented. We get some popful male love going.
Yeah.
Ease. And all that kind of stuff going, and you get some of these characters that are full of tears anytime they talk to somebody because there's so much emotion going on in just because they show all this animation because it's on a disc.
Tears like waterfalls.
Yep. Yeah, I don't know. I don't think there's gonna be anything like that. I think Project Spark was probably the last thing close to what Microsoft was trying to do with content creation. I don't think they have anything in the pipe like that, like how Mario Maker is. And since Mario Maker is kind of like a 20-year-old tool that was kind of, I would say, probably a little bit easier for them to implement since they had it all this time anyway. It would literally be like 343 Studios or I don't know. It'd be like 343 Studios or Rare, basically giving you an engine and selling it to you. I don't think, number one, I don't think they don't have a franchise that's old enough that's run on the same tech that long. So it'd be kind of, I don't know where they would go as far as giving you options to build with that. I think the closest thing that Microsoft has as a brand is Minecraft with regards to that, and you can make anything in Minecraft.
So I mean, and of course, this all depends on popularity. Because if something get popular enough, they'll make it work.
Yeah, they'll start wedging shit in there. Then, but
yeah, I mean that's how Little Big Planet got to be as big as it is, people loved it. So
Yep.
I mean, I can see it happening. Probably not. It'll probably happen again. Probably next gen. I would say.
Yeah.
Because apparently those games do take a while to make. So yeah, I can see it. I can see it. I can see Microsoft probably coming up with something. Let me preface this by saying, as long as Phil Spencer there,
yeah. I see
on their own. Yeah,
I see it being a much bigger thing next generation because market penetration is going to finally start growing for gigabit Ethernet or gigabit internet to a lot of homes by, I want to say, within the next 3 to 4 years. So we're looking at a larger populace or a larger user base to provide that kind of content to where their experience isn't going to be limited. So you could actually have a cloud-based environment that would actually work to host that kind of stuff. So we'll see what happens, but I'm fairly certain in the successors to the Wii U, Xbox One, and PlayStation 4 will probably, I think they'll reap the benefits more so than what's going on right now with content creation. In my opinion, I think it'd be a lot easier there, and you just press go, stuff saves, it cross saves across multiple platforms. It's always in the cloud. You can look and see and modify stuff on your phone, and then when you get home, it syncs and all. I think all that stuff is eventually going to be where everybody's going, and with a little bit of know-how and a lot of bandwidth, we can make it happen. So
yeah,
we'll see.
Yeah, we shall see. And that does it for tonight, peeps. Like I said, thanks for listening, showing up. Thanks to everybody that asked questions. We will have a Gamers at Large show on Sunday at 8:00. As usual. Shadow, you got anything you want to pimp out?
Nothing much. I'll be creating some new content here and there. Little backstories of the Fox of Shadows, Road Ninja K9 Descent. Along with some other Infernal Thought Process videos. So stay tuned. And my most recent Shadowcast just went up. So if you haven't seen it yet, you can go and watch it. You can cop it. And also our last Gamers at Large, make sure you watch that too. And the one coming up on Sunday. And that's all I got. Do you play games to have fun or to impress other people?
All right. And me personally, I just put up a couple of gameplay vids. One was for Bayonetta 2 for their I think it was a year anniversary over in Japan. I think the year anniversary doesn't hit here till October 24th. But I put up some gameplay of that game. Awesome game. If you have a Wii U, there's no reason why you shouldn't get it. It's 2 games for the price of 1. So
yep,
that up. On top of that, it's platinum. It's fun. Trust me, you'll love it.
Speaking of
that,
when do you want to hash that out? Are we still doing? Or you still want to wait to do the tag climax?
I was going to talk to you about that after we get it. Because I do have some free. I thought I wasn't going to have any free time this weekend. I may. So
okay.
Yeah, so we may be able to do that. I just got to make sure I get my live stream working this time. Yeah, god dang. But
OBS.
Yeah, gotta love it. We will catch you guys on Sunday. So peace out.
Laters.